Hey guys, what's up? It's UniformWarrior, and in today's video we're going to be making a pretty cool bracelet that I actually thought I created, but I'm not 100% sure anymore. Now I think it's just a reverse jagged ladder braid, which, speaking of, I actually learned that from board Paracord, and I tried to make like a play off of it, which I actually have, and it's pretty cool. But when remaking that for this video, I actually messed it up, and I got this different braid. So basically it's what the reverse of the jagged ladder looks like. It's a little bit different, I think, but it's essentially the same. So if you guys have seen that, then you might have noticed that the inside of it is pretty cool. So this is basically a tutorial for that. This is using Mad Max style, so it doesn't require a buckle, which is pretty nice. I believe the first one is the Odie green, and the second one is like a Woodlands camo, I believe. But I got them from board Paracord, so I will leave a link in the description if you guys want those exact patterns. So the first thing you're going to do is go ahead and measure your base color against your wrist. Then you're going to take off about an inch of that, and then you're going to bend it at that point. Now take the second color and put it in that kind of bend. Then take the Woodlands camo and bend it back around that. Now this is where you get to the real braid. So you're going to go ahead and take your Odie green, and you're going to take the left strand and you're going to put it behind the two center strands. Then you're going to do the same with the right strand, but it is going to go on top. Then you're going to take your Woodlands camo right strand and pull it down through the right braid. And this is going to go under both of the bottom gray strands. Then you're just going to go ahead and do the same with the left side. And then you're going to take your right strand and then you're going to pull it back over those two strands and through the top right loop and off kind of to the side. Then you're going to do that with the left. And then you're going to go ahead and tighten all of it. Now, the trick to tightening this is you want to make sure that you pull the Odie green colors in even amount, because if you pull the right one too much, it will control how tight the back of the bracelet is. If you pull the left one too much, it will control how tight the front of the bracelet is. So you want to pull them in even amount, otherwise it'll end up being curved in or out. Later on I kind of make that mistake, and that's how I know. Then you're just going to go ahead and want to repeat this. So once again, take the left strand, put it under both the center strands. Take the right strand, put it on top of both the center strands. Then take your Woodlands camo strand, then pull it behind the gray strands and then up through the top right loop. Now, when you pull it through the loop, you want to make sure that, for instance, the right strand is on the right side of the first strand. So when you pull it through, you want to make sure it goes to the very right of the gray loop. Same with the left. You want the left to go to the very left of the gray loop. Then you're going to take the left Woodlands strand and put it behind all those gray strands and then pull it up through the top left loop. Then you're just going to go ahead and tighten that, and then continue doing this until you reach the bottom. Now, this is one of those braids where it's not super important to pull it very, very, very tight. You want to pull it aesthetically tight. So basically, you want it to pull it to the point where it all looks very uniform and the same. See, because the Cobra braid, you just pull that one as tight as you want, and it looks good. That's why it's kind of the base braid and it's easy for everyone to do. This braid, you have to judge how much you're pulling each of the strands individually, and you have to pull them all in even amount. So it's kind of confusing. Then once you get down to the end, this is where we're going to kind of close this off. So you're going to do a basic cobra stitch using the gray cord. You want to take the left gray cord and you're going to pull it down through that little loop. Make sure you make that loop as small as possible by doing as many braids as you can in that space. Then you're going to pull the right gray strand up through that loop. Now take the left gray strand and go up through the right loop, and take the right gray strand and pull it down through the left loop. Then you're just going to want to tighten this. When you tighten this, you want to make sure that the kind of knot part of it is in the center of that loop, which I don't think it is for mine right now, but I went and changed that later. Then you're just going to want to tighten any of the loops that look unusual to you or that kind of stand out, that don't look as uniform. You're just going to go ahead and pull those through and tighten those all the way to the end of the gray, and then tighten the gray again. Now what you're going to do is you're just going to go ahead and cut and singe the Woodlands camo. Next up is to go ahead and pull the right gray strand, do the right camo loop at the top. Then you're going to want to do the same with the left cord. And then for this kind of knot here, I didn't really want to do a lanyard knot because I felt like it looked a little too fancy almost for these colors that I'm using. So you're just going to want to go ahead and do what I do here, which is just tie a regular square knot with them. And when tying these knots, you want to make sure each individual strand stays in its place, so you want to tighten them evenly, otherwise it'll look a little funny and they'll be crossing over when you're done with it. Then you're just going to want to leave a little bit of space of cord at the end and then cut and singe. When you cut and singe here, you should not press the cord at all because there's no reason to. You should just make it look as nice as you can. Anyway guys, that is the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.